What's good, guys? Welcome to Bat Boys at BP, a new series where we ask MLB players dope questions to get to know them. We're in Anaheim with the Angels, and we got the Toronto Blue Jays in town.
Today, we're going to be asking guys about their journey to the MLB. At any given time, there are only 779 spots on active MLB rosters for millions of players throughout the world.
The odds are slim, and we want to know how these guys made it. Plus, we've got a couple of your guys' questions in the mix today, so stay tuned to see who we talk to. What's your story of getting signed? When did you meet your first scout? Did you always know it was going to be the Phillies?
I'm signed with Kansas City, and they suspended me for no reason, and I wait for a year for signing again because we have suspension for I don't understand because we don't have the information why it is. And I remember show okay with 10 team in my hometown and Philadelphia. Kyren Paris coming 6 a.m. in the morning when I was sleeping, and he come with my window and took my window at 6 a.m. and he say, I want to see you throw a couple pitches. Say, it's too early, bro. And he take me out to my bed, and I throw that day 7 something in the morning, 7, 8. He saw I have talent to be with the team, and he take me to the team.
Wow. How old were you?
When I signed 20 years old.
How many years were you in the minors with the Phillies?
4 years because I played big league in 2014, just for 1 inning. And I'm pitching extra inning 15. Now face Houston, tie game 1-1. I pitched the 15, 9 pitches. We win the game the next inning, and I got sent down to minor league. I never go back to the September call up. Okay. I go there straight to Dominican. Crazy because the first year I'll be out to Philadelphia and signed with the Astros.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. And then World Series.
And the World Series.
I had no idea Hector Neris didn't sign a pro contract until he was 20, which is super late for the international guys because they can sign as young as 16. And every year a guy gets older, teams are less inclined to sign him.
How old were you the first time you started talking to a pro scout and going into the draft? Was it just the Angels?
I was around 14 years old at the area code games. That's when I had my first encounter with a pro scout, and it was pretty cool.
Getting signed out of high school, were there college coaches begging you, just trying to get you to go and play college ball?
I was signed to Cal, and they were excited to have me, but I ended up going to the draft, but they were kind of sad when I signed.
What was the biggest adjustment for you, or the biggest change going from high school to pro ball?
You kind of learn to be a man fast. You grow up. I was 17 when I got drafted, so straight to Arizona. A lot of the guys are 19, 20 years old, and Loa even 21 years old, and you're 17. So just making that adjustment, just getting stronger and more physical.
How many years did you spend in the minor leagues before you got called up to the show?
I signed in 2019, did short season, debuted from AA in 2023.
Is there anything that jumps out? Is it just faster or nastier pitches?
It's definitely a little bit faster game. The pitchers are better, and they have guys on the other side scouting you. They have coaches that are just watching your every move, just learning to make adjustments quick. Once they figure out something that you can't do, they're going to keep attacking it.
We have a couple of fan questions if you're up for it. Ethan wants to know, which hotels have the best beds on the road?
I would say the Four Seasons. The Four Seasons, they have some of the nicest beds on the road.
Quality room just all around?
Yeah, real nice.
Humberto wants to know, do you think 100 men could be one gorilla?
Depends on the 100 men, but I'm going to go with the 100 men. We're going to take them down.
We were debating in the living room the other day, and I think with the right 100 men, it's possible.
For sure.
I know you went to Campbell, but were there any scouts trying to get you to sign out of high school?
Yeah, I had a couple calls on draft day, but I always promised my mom that I would go to school and finish it. I haven't been able to fulfill it yet with finishing it, but I'm on my way to finish it.
And then when you were at Campbell, who was helping you out there with the draft process? Did you have an agent by then? Or
I had my agent now. When you're in college, it's called an advisor. He helped me out, contact a couple people, especially after the Cape going into my draft year. My head coach, he had a pretty good rep for himself and the players, so scout day came around and it was like Christmas, everybody wanted to talk.
Going into the draft, did you have a clear idea Angels?
Funny story, I never got a call from the Angels. In the fall, I had a meeting with them. They were kind of one of the first teams, but the whole spring, I didn't talk to them one time. The Angels were kind of on the bottom list just because I hadn't gotten in contact with them. 12th pick came to the Tigers. They were going with Jung, and I got a call right before the pick saying that I was going to the Angels, so I can't thank enough where I felt.
Working through the minors, how many years did you spend down there?
I got drafted in 22, played with Rocket City, Trash Pandas. Next year, got sent back down and played 7 games that year and got called up to the big leagues. Played a total of 44 games.
What was the biggest thing that jumped out to you from college to pro ball?
Pro ball is different, in the sense that a lot of small things matter. Thankfully, my coach in college, we were preaching that the whole year, the whole time I was there. You're gonna have a lot of failures, but it's how you can make those failures turn into positives as much times as possible. It's what makes this game easy.
Blue Jays out on the field now, so we got to head over there. But that was sick. Zach telling the story. It's not always the team that you think is going to call. Angels were towards the bottom of his list, but it all worked out for sure.
Today, bro, we're asking all the guys, basically, what's the story of your baseball career so far? Like, when did you meet your first scout? When did you know you were trying to play pro ball out of high school?
Can't tell you I know my first scout. I mean, my brother went through the draft process, so I met a lot of them at that point.
Yeah.
Probably like around 15 years old, my dad was coaching with the Rockies. I was around a lot of great players, and at that point, I could hit it as far as them already, and I was as consistent. And when I saw that, I realized that I actually had an opportunity and decided to put the work in. I honestly, at one point during the draft, thought I was going to go to college, but obviously my dream was to play pro ball.
Was it always the Blue Jays?
No, I knew that they liked me a lot. Yeah, there was a few other teams, but at the time, Bautista and Donaldson were doing their thing, and it was a team that I wanted to go to.
How many years did you spend in the minors?
Drafted in 16, debuted in 19, so parts of 3 seasons in the minors.
Looking back on that process, just how do you think it went? Anything catch you off guard?
I'm lucky enough to have some sort of understanding of minor leagues before I got into it, but honestly, nothing can prepare you for it. Baseball is a grind. Going through your first struggles is something that's really tough, so I knew a lot about it, but definitely not anything I was prepared for.
Oh wait, asking some questions from fans today. EJ wants to know, what is a perfect off day in your mind?
Probably just laying on the couch watching Netflix. Right now, the NBA playoffs is fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
Have you ever had a one-day off day trip?
No, I don't think so. No.
I mean, I'd imagine you're just so gassed.
Too much.
Yeah. Raymond wants to know, what's your favorite cereal?
I can't say I eat cereal.
Nah, what?
I made
even back in the day?
Frosted Flakes, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't eat cereal anymore.
Can't be on the cereal with the macros now and stuff.
Yeah.
What's up, bro? How are you? Thanks, dude. How good were you in high school?
I was pretty good in high school, but I came from Denver. The baseball talent it's a lot better now, but it was not great. Threw pretty hard for being from Denver, so wasn't that good of a pitcher, but Greg Bird was my high school catcher, so at least we had two big leaguers. So.
When did you first meet LSU coaches?
All-American games, I think Wrigley, the Under Armour game.
Yeah, the Under Armour.
I think I met their pitching coach for the first time, and then I got a letter from him, and to be honest, being from Denver, I didn't know where Louisiana was. It's just a completely different world. But then when I kind of checked out LSU and went on my visit, I was like, this is it.
Now, I mean, for kids, it's the place to be.
Especially with the whole NIL, the bigger schools they're paying their players, which is crazy, but that's a whole nother thing.
How were you navigating the draft process? Did you have an agent back then?
It was called an advisor. To be honest, I was a draft eligible sophomore, so it was kind of hey, I don't have to necessarily sign. I can go back. So I kind of used that to my advantage, I guess.
How long were you in the minors before debuting?
The Orioles organization wasn't great when I kind of first came up, so we didn't have too many prospects, and the ones that we did kind of got hurt, so I didn't have too much time in the minor leagues. I think I did 15 starts around there, so I got up to the big leagues, didn't really have too much success early on, but figured it out along the way.
Kevin Gausman, one of the nastiest pitchers in the league, former All-Star. Always love hearing the stories of guys who didn't grow up in baseball powerhouse areas.
Oh,
yeah, just like
college.
Oh,
you know what that is?
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what college is?
Barely. Junior college. So I went to a junior college as a walk-on. They didn't even actually offer me the walk-on. My buddy kind of asked me to come try out for him, and I had no offers, and made the team, and then, the rest is history from there.
Going into the draft, did you know you were going to be getting a call from any team in particular?
The draft, that was after my second year, though. I had a couple of decent years in junior college, kind of proved myself there a little bit and got some love there, and 12th rounder, and then just had to grind through.
How many years did you spend in the minor leagues before getting called up?
Drafted in 15, debut in 18, so 3.
Looking back on that, do you feel like it went well, or are there things you could have done differently?
I feel like, at the end of the day, I think we could all do things differently, but I wouldn't have changed my career for anything. I've enjoyed every moment, and I've been in the minor leagues after having some time in the big leagues, and firm believer everything happens for a reason, but I'm here today. I'm enjoying the season and the boys here, so it's been a blast.
And then we've also got some fan questions if you got time for one or two.
Let's go.
Aiden wants to know, what's your best memory with your current team here in Toronto?
We played the Red Sox. We were down 6-0 with 2 outs in the 6th, and we pulled out the comeback, so that was cool.
MJ wants to know, who's the hardest pitcher you have to hit off?
They're all pretty good nowadays, but I feel like I faced Corbin Burns when he hit us in Cleveland. That was one of I forget who he was with, Milwaukee maybe. He was pretty good. And then Josh Hader slammed the door, struck me out to end the game, back foot slider. So that was a tough day.
You were a JUCO guy. Tell me about what it was like committing there and how you ended up there.
I was about an hour away where I grew up, so JUCO was always something that I felt like was me. I don't know, I didn't see myself going to a big D1. I just like that small, more knit JUCO feel. School was a lot easier. I wasn't a big school guy, so diverse locker room, so I think it prepped me well.
What was the biggest adjustment moving over from college to pro ball? Is there anything that caught you off guard?
No, it was great. We had a lot of people, like I said, all over the world, half Latin. It was just here, and long days, grindy. We're doing doing our own laundry, and it was just like very different than Division I nowadays. I feel like a lot of D1 guys sign and they go to pro ball and they're rookie ball and they're like, what the hell? Like, I'm super thankful the route I went.
How many years did you spend in the minor leagues before getting called up?
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 5.
Looking back on that process, what was that like?
You know, I struggled in low A, just up and down a little bit. I feel like as I went higher, obviously the at-bats got different, you know, like guys took more of a approach, and you start learning kind of who you are, what the team wants, and the analytics, and then your stuff just kind of figure out who you are. You kind of grow with it.
Shout out Bowden Francis signing some grass after that. Always love hearing about the JUCO grind stories. Nice diverse clubhouse in college, transitioned well into pro ball. Love to see it. That was sick. It was super cool hearing all the guys' stories. We hope you all enjoyed this first episode of Bat Boys at BP, and if you want to be featured in the next video, drop your questions in the comments below.
For all the future videos, we're going to be taking questions from YouTube, so if you want to see your question in a video, drop it down below in the YouTube comments. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, keep rocking with us. We got so much more coming. Stay tuned. Bat Boys out.